Hey guys, we are back. It is July 27th. The Daily Chill. We are going to try to start getting out the Daily Chill early. Paul is over here. We got Verdi here. We got doom and gloom. I woke up to 37 text messages this morning. The New York Yankees baseball game has been canceled for tonight. Straight up canceled. Dr. Fauci, because 14 Marlins were tested for COVID-19. Verdi was one of the guys that texted me this morning, and I had never had a Verdi text before 10 a.m. in my life, so I knew it was super serious. Verdi, how are you doing right now? How's the spirits? I'm going to send it over to you first.
Hello, James, Paul. Not great. You're right. If I'm going to wake up and be texting you that early, there's either something amazing happened or something's really wrong. And I hate to say it today, something's really wrong. Yankees supposed to go to Philadelphia tonight, was a big series going to be featured against Bryce Harper and the Phillies. This past weekend, Marlins are in Philadelphia. Well, we found out that pitcher Jose Urania missed his start yesterday for testing positive for the coronavirus. It was 3 players. Now we're up to 14 and multiple coaches as well, and the numbers going up. So Major League Baseball effectively cancels the game. Yankee players not allowed in the visiting clubhouse at Citizens Bank Park. We were talking right before we started the show. Paul's saying put the Marlins on a boat and send them out to sea. I wish it was that easy, but
like how the Eskimos do it. Like you put them on an ice drift, and you just.
And that's fun. And Derek Jeter can go hang out with them, but it affects the 29 other teams, and that's why I'm concerned right now. So this is a little unsettling. Paul, what do you think?
Yeah, so I'm a little nervous myself because I actually bet on the Phillies on Saturday, so I'm just wearing the mask as a precaution at all times.
That's fair. That's fair.
But I think the real story is that, the Marlins saw the Baltimore Orioles coming to town for 3 games, so they didn't want to get embarrassed at their home stadium in front of no fans. And, they called Dr. Fauci. He hit them with 14 positive test results, and bam, game's canceled.
Paul's the only thing that's made me laugh so far today.
Seriously, I was going to say this was like doom and gloom. I'm walking around. I went to the deli today, like just not having it with the people there. I'm usually like slapping asses, taking names,
shaking
doing autographs. Yeah, exactly. Getting sandwiches, whatever. Straight to the iced coffee. Straight. Our pet birds' heads are flying off, but Paul is the one positive note of the day. He comes in, obviously. You're just bringing a little bit of comedy into our lives. I do want to say one thing. Though, because all these people out there, they want to ridicule Rob Manfred. Rob Manfred was the one who said, we need to put you guys in a bubble. Texas, Florida, Arizona, right?
All the super embarrassing states. Figure it out. Get your shit together.
No. He wanted to bubble them. He wanted to bubble in 3 different places, and all the players were saying, we're like, bubbles? We want to talk about getting paid. We want to talk about this. They were worried so much about 6% or whatever the gross number was at the end of the day that Rob Manfred couldn't do his job and protect us against the bubble, against this disease, and make a bubble because we had guys like Trevor Bauer, that loser, who literally cares about money more than the health of the players. And
that loser had like 13 strikeouts yesterday, by the way.
Yeah, I get it. He's a good pitcher.
Loser's got to watch out for a drone before he's got to watch out for the coronavirus.
That's true. And no. I'm sitting here. I'm trying. Listen, we have 4 things on the slate. We could talk about this for 45 minutes, and I'm okay too. Listen, we're here early. We're going to get this thing out early. If there's anything that anybody needs to say any more about this baseball stuff, do we want to talk about the games at all?
That's what I was going to say. this just puts such a damper on what was an awesome weekend of baseball.
It was a great
It
weekend.
was so good to have baseball back. The Athletics hit a walk-off grand slam Friday night. The Cubs and Brewers almost get into a Donnybrook during the game. And now this,
There were
I'm sure
good
that
games,
those two
and the
games
Yankees
canceled today.
Nationals put on some good games too. It was great competition between the defending world champions and the Yankees. And I know we wanted to talk about that game. Obviously, here we leave the Mets alone. I kind of feel bad what happened to them. But I was going to stay positive. I was like, all right, maybe they're going to bounce back too. But yeah, this is just kind of putting a damper on everything, because as we're sitting here right now recording this, they have not canceled anything besides the Marlins game and then the Yankees-Phillies game. That could change later on. It's just tough to say, but I do agree with you. They talked about the bubble. Florida and Arizona, the cases spiked there, so they said, well, maybe that's not a good idea. NBA's down in Florida. Besides,
it doesn't matter where the bubble is if you can't get in and out of it. What are we talking about? It didn't matter
where it was in Florida, Arizona. The point is the players don't go in or out, and the strongest union in the United States of America, probably the world,
the teachers,
the MLB Players Association, wasn't having it.
The thing that I don't understand, and I think all 4 commissioners should have done this. So, the world has been shut down since St. Patrick's Day. So we're over 4 months of this bullshit. Why did you not have the union, the Players Association, whatever, sign a collective liability waiver and just fucking herd immunity? Every single professional athlete could have had antibodies back in April. And then you don't have to worry about anybody getting infected. They're not contagious. They can't get it. And then you can just play baseball.
I don't know about all that. I'm not going to sit here and say to do that, but I will say this. How about you take the MLB to Nova Scotia or something? You can go to all these places. Money talks. We know that if you put this situation to a country, someone would have figured it out.
Dude, could you imagine if Manfred bought an island like Dana White and then just built a bunch of fields, like a little league tournament, where they have 8 fields and they all touch? You'd have guys hitting home runs into other games' fields and
Well, that's what the 2021 season should be. It should be backyard baseball style. Show up if you want. Just show up if you want.
For that, yeah.
Backyard baseball is sneaky one of the best computer games ever.
Oh, it's great.
Absolutely. All right. I think did we get it off our chest? Do we have any final thoughts on this? Because I'm just sitting here
everybody pray. No matter what you believe in, whatever that thing is, even if it's nothing, pray to it right now.
I actually did do that before, and I don't know when the last time I did that, but I sat down before and I didn't know what to do, and I just gave 30 seconds of some kind of prayer. I mean, the higher being, the only person in charge right now is something that we don't understand. So,
on a good note, we did see the NHL just did a round of testing. All those players, they came back with 0. Again, I got Wood over here. Gonna knock on that.
That sounds super suspicious.
Yeah,
but it's the most infectious disease of all time, and they've done 4,500 tests with no positives.
Well, that's what's coming out of there. So, I mean, the baseball bubble thing, I can't necessarily argue. They just wanted no part of it.
Again, it just shows you that hockey players are just tougher than every other kind of athlete.
Yeah, that's true. It's true.
What if hockey players are immune to coronavirus?
They might be.
We should start studying their blood, do the Lance Armstrong
whatever.
stuff.
Study
their blood.
I have all the respect in the world for hockey. I love the sport of hockey, but yeah, maybe the bacteria that grows in that helmet or those
maybe the ringworm that they pick up in the locker room.
They're immune to it. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, and half of them are Russian too, so they don't really care. Imagine telling a Russian that he had coronavirus, a Russian hockey player.
Ovechkin, yeah.
Yeah, you think Alex Ovechkin's going to get taken down by coronavirus?
Yeah, all right. So that was one note. That I did want to mention.
I have 2 baseball questions for Verdi before we go on.
Yeah.
Do the Reds stink?
They got overhyped. Yeah, they were one of those teams where everybody like pointed at everything and they're like, wait, they did this and that and this and that, so they're good now.
That makes me nervous because I did the exact same thing with the Padres.
There's like they got Nick Castellanos and they acted like he was Garrett Cole or something. It was like, no, listen, like it is a great player and they got a good team. And when you start, even I was like, hey, like they got a squad there in the Central, but
Joey Votto is just like he's like a 50-year-old man falling apart before our eyes.
Well, that's what I was saying too. I got yelled at.
The thing that bothers me most about the Reds is how good Sonny Gray is.
Yeah,
that's what bothers
34
he couldn't
straight
get
games.
Through the fourth inning to save his life in New York.
But he's like
his life, and now he's an all-star.
But he's kind of like
he's like
kind of like a noodle, isn't he? Isn't he like Zach Greinke? He's just like a noodle. Like
no.
Noodle.
Yeah, you can't take the pressure. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. He couldn't handle the pressure.
Yeah. And then second question.
Yep.
Do the Dodgers stink?
No, they got too much depth. I think the Kershaw thing, him missing opening
that
day,
lineup
just like thrown off their psyche a little
bit.
That
Dodger lineup was it just vanished for 9 innings yesterday.
I know Mookie signed the contract.
Mookie was the only one playing well. He's actually so much fun to watch, dude.
And the first game he was like off. The first 2 games he got better. But no, I think that they have tremendous depth and they're going to be better. But
I mean, obviously, it's way too early baseball, knee-jerk reactions. But
we need to relax.
I watched all 3 Dodger games.
I like it though. Ray was ready to go. He wanted, we want to be in it. I know.
I mean, Paul watched every single game this weekend.
I envy that. I love.
So, all right. If we have to get it off our chest at the end of the episode, we can. We're going to pause on the baseball talk for now.
Oh, there's other stuff.
We got other stuff to talk about.
Thoughts and prayers, Justin Verlander.
Couldn't
happen to a nicer guy.
That guy. I mean, did you see the one video on Twitter? The one video on Twitter that I lost it was the video from
Talladega Nights.
Yeah, it's from Talladega Nights, where she's like, pull the plug. They're like, this is Kate Upton telling
but your husband's gonna be fine. He's alive.
Yeah.
He's taking a nap. I can't see him like this. Oh my God, it's so good.
Pull the plug. Yeah. Kate Upton is pulling the plug on Verlander if he can't pitch. You know that she's not letting him live in her house for 2 years without anything to do. We'll say that much. We will say that much. All right. Another huge news in the sports world, if we are ever going to get sports back. Jamal Adams was traded to Seattle. We have 2 big Jets fans here. I'll throw it over to Paul first this time. Why not?
Verdi, I forgot you're a Jets fan. This could get dark.
It's gonna be good, but let's hear it, Paul. What do you think?
All right, so I think it's the best possible outcome from how bad and absolutely fucked this situation got. Like, he obviously didn't want to be there. Organization people did not want him there. But like my cousin, I was texting with my cousin about it, and his response was, well, when you get the opportunity to trade away the best player on your roster, you have to do it. And it's like, I'm getting sick and tired of having to do that, because it's like, yeah, we get the 2022 first-round pick, but that does not help us take advantage of the cheap contract we have Darnold on right now. Like. By the time that 2022 pick, Darnold will already have been extended or left. So that pick could possibly be Sam Darnold's replacement.
This is what I'm gonna do, and I've been wanting to get this off the chest. All right, I love Jamal. I really like the guy. He was everything the Jets fans wanted. When everything was bad, he was the one guy that you were like, wow. I really like that guy. I want to watch that guy. I want him to be the captain of the team. I don't know what happened to him.
He's got dog in him.
Because the guy is great, and he's great at his position. And he was great for the pick that we took him in. But he got into a spat with Le'Veon Bell over the weekend, and Bell said, yo, I don't know what's going on anymore. The internet that got these dudes acting crazy. And he's right. Like, I don't know where it comes from. He said all these things. He wanted an extension. The Jets weren't going to give it to him. He had 2 years left, and then he's Oh, Adam Gase is a problem. Oh, this isn't going to happen. They're shortcoming. Pat Mahomes got a contract. Why didn't I get a contract? Pat Mahomes. What? The quarterback that won the Super Bowl is who you're comparing yourself to? Listen, and I said it. I love Jamal. I was all about it. But this guy was out of his mind, and he was bashing everyone every day to the point I thought we weren't going to get anything for him.
He's Odell Beckham. He's the
31 other teams were going to be like, oh, he's saying all that. Well, he's going to be cheap now. And then the man, Joe Douglas, 2 first-round picks, and he turns a 4th into a 3rd. And don't forget about McDougal. People are acting like he doesn't exist. He's a good safety. Is he Jamal Adams? No. But we're getting 2 firsts and a 3rd with him. It was a great deal for a guy who just didn't want any part of the organization.
Yeah,
I think he got a tremendous return, and he, who's finally drafted, don't forget, he only did 1 draft. Mike McCagnon, he came in after that draft, so he's only done 1 draft with the Jets, and I think it was a good one. We'll see what happens. Give him that draft capital because this is the guy that's going to make that team go. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited of what he got for him, really, given the situation.
A couple thoughts. Jamal Adams is probably the best safety in the league.
Yeah,
wish him the best in Seattle. James, don't make that face. The guy has so much dog in him. He's got more dog than any other DB.
He's a great player.
Got more dog in him than any other DB in the league. Second of all, Adam Gase has to go. Has to.
Well, that's a difference.
I don't know what this guy's fucking problem is, but he's got a problem with Jamal Adams to the point where he had to leave the team, and he hates Le'Veon Bell. He hates the 2 best players on the roster.
Whoa, listen. You cannot blame Adam Gase for –
Watch me.
Well, fine. Well, listen, you're talking about a guy in Jamal Adams that literally was hammered drunk on Instagram Live playing dominoes this weekend.
Making it look like a total clown. Just really embarrassing.
He's making Odell Beckham look like Sandy from the stats department. Yeah.
I blame Adam Gase for the situation getting this bad. Everybody on the roster does not like I don't think anybody likes Adam Gase. Apparently he's a huge ass.
But this is what happens. This is what happens.
Not liking the coach. Everybody's got to be best friends now, like holding hands.
But Verdi, we fucking suck.
If you don't like the coach.
We stink.
Darnold was out half the season. He couldn't even lift weights because he had mono.
Oh, yeah. And C.J. Mosley's groin really fucked us big time.
Yeah, you guys didn't really even have a season last year.
Williamson's out.
And
Mosley's out.
And Le'Veon
has braces and was arrested for the gun at Kennedy Airport.
Joke. That's the first thing Joe Douglas took care of this offseason was the offensive line was a joke last year.
Yeah,
all right, and that was tangled in green. Because we can go on, we could go on that for a while.
I'm not saying Paul's right, and I'm not even defending Gase because I'm really not. I'm really
no one should defend Adam Gase.
So many things go wrong with it.
That's like a September 25th problem. That's like a September 25th problem. The problem right now.
At the end of the season, they came back and they were winning games when Darnold was playing.
No, I agree, but like you have a head coach that's coming out and like specifically saying like, oh yeah, we're gonna like manage Le'Veon Bell's load, and like we're gonna use him like in certain way. And it's like, dude, we have a top 5 running back in the league, and like Adam Gase can't be bothered with him. It's like
I have a question, Paul. I have a question for you. Who is the bigger problem, Jamal Adams or Adam Gase?
Adam Gase.
I don't know. I don't agree with that.
The bigger problem.
If you would have paid Jamal Adams, none of this would have happened. Or
but you don't play. Why would you pay?
Months ago, when he said he was going to do it, and you said no, the Jets go, no, we're not trading him. Remember that?
You can't pay a guy on a rookie contract. You have 2 years left. Exactly.
He's like, well, Pat Mahomes and Christian McCaffrey got played. Did you hear the 2 names? Pat Mahomes and Christian McCaffrey.
So Verdi, you get rid of him back in the fucking winter, so that the whole thing doesn't play out on Instagram Live and fucking Twitter.
He made it that way because the people.
Because he got dragged along and lied to for 4 months by the Jets.
No, you know why?
Rookie contract, not this is franchise tag like Le'Veon Bell was. They were giving him the franchise tag and then saying, "Go run into the bus."
Le'Veon Bell has to be counting down the days till he can leave this team.
Yeah, I mean, this is depressing. This is even more depressing than the baseball getting canceled. Let's change the subject.
By the way, the Jets' season wins total went down to 6.5.
I disagree. I think it goes up.
No, it already did go down. I'm telling you as a fact.
Glorified strong safety. It wasn't even that good.
Well, this is and the thing I will say is like this is the same thing happened with the Giants with Odell Beckham. By the end of it, I was like, good riddance. Get gone. And it's frustrating because your team, just like my team, has to just start this completely new rebuild because your best player on a rookie deal just is like, I'm done. Because at the end of the day, they realize that they're the youngest and best player on the team, and that's going to put a lot of pressure on them, and they crumble under pressure.
Did that on every single team that didn't make the playoffs the year before. What the hell is the CBA for?
Yeah, Verdi, I'm not saying this is all Adam Gase's fault and Jamal Adams is just like misunderstood. Like Adams is a dick also. They can both be dicks, but it's just Adam Gase.
I agree. And I don't even want to defend Gase, but you're right. I mean,
nobody should. Yeah. Yeah. No. I think you guys
agreeing with
other than his ecstasy dealer, nobody is defending Adam Gase. But one quick programming note: Jets Seahawks Week 14.
Well, now hopefully it happens.
So, and you know what? If we're going to
we'll have 4 interceptions, 2 of them returned for touchdowns.
You know what? Good for him if he does it.
Darnold's going to be seeing ghosts.
Reeling it back in. Now I was talking Jets. That honestly, you guys literally need your own Jets podcast. That was something of Mike and the Mad Dog-esque right there. I'm writing down that 5 minutes.
You and I can do a Jets podcast. It'll just be, can you please pass the razor blades?
I'm down. Listen, man. Hopefully they get to playing and we can do that. I'm ready to go for it.
Yeah, I mean, I think I think they'll be playing.
All right, we're going down to Hotlanta right now.
Wait, Lou?
We're going down to Hotlanta. Lou Williams
goes
to a funeral. He asked for an excused absence out of the bubble. He goes to a funeral, and then he is caught at Magic City. Everybody knows Magic City on a Monday is popping, and everybody knows that the Magic City strip club, that their wings are just better than everybody else's because that is what Sweet Lou is saying.
Phenomenal buffet spread.
Yes. That is like a turtle from Entourage. This is how funny it has gotten down there, but at least they have people in bubbles. Now you can call out this guy for going to the strip club. How dumb do you have to be a multi-millionaire, top 50, 60 player in the NBA and have to go to a strip club this is horrible. You're vying for a championship. The only things that should be on your mind right now is the Lakers, like getting ready for Anthony Davis and LeBron James, and you are at a strip club. This is absolutely pathetic.
James.
You're going to take the other side. Let's hear it. I'm here for it.
Honestly, the only thing that shocked me about this story was that
I'm not shocked.
Is that it did not involve James Harden. I think he was the odds-on favorite to catch stripper club COVID-19. But, you know what, man? It's 2020, and I'm just going to chalk this up to a cultural thing.
The worst part about this is that his excused absence was to go to a funeral.
Yeah, that's like an all-time move.
At Magic City.
That's like telling your parents, hey, I'll go pick up dinner, and then, meet up with your friends to, smoke a joint or something while you're gone. You leave for a legitimate reason.
I don't know in what world he thought he wasn't going to end up on, a cell phone camera picture. These guys know they're famous.
Magic City is not a Dave Chappelle stand-up event.
Yeah, this is not some random, place in the middle of nowhere, Kansas or something. You're at Magic City, the biggest in Atlanta. I mean,
yeah,
nobody's going to see you.
Yeah, no, this is honestly, this is hilarious. I'm not saying I'm shocked.
Shout out Lou Will, getting a little stripper COVID into the bubble, whatever, man.
No. I'm not saying
iron sharpens iron. Isn't that this? Or steel sharpens steel? What's that?
Yeah.
I want the strongest, most aggressive strains of COVID in that bubble so that people build up their tolerance.
Well, shout out to the New York Knicks who aren't even in there.
Yeah.
And I don't want to sit here and say that I'm shocked. I have to be the guy that gives out the news first. Like this isn't first take. Sometimes the person giving out the thing has an opinion on it as well. I do want to say, shocked, 0% shocked that it was somebody. But for me to not sit here and to bash this guy, we're not talking about a guy on the Atlanta Hawks or the Pelicans.
He was grieving, James. He was grieving.
Listen, I'm telling you.
You can't tell people how to grieve.
If you're telling me that if we were bubbled and a New York Yankee was at a strip club, I would lose my goddamn mind. This is not. Listen, it's 2020. Just for 2 months.
If it was Garrett Cole.
If it was Garrett Cole, I'd be besides myself. But
we're not judging him going to the club.
No.
Club, fine.
No,
but
go to strip clubs.
What the hell are you doing?
Yeah. You want to go to the strip club every single day in the off season? By all means.
You're not going to go to Atlanta and not go to a strip club. It's Atlanta.
Well, MLB All-Star.
It's top 5 in the world.
Have you been to Atlanta? Have you been to Atlanta?
I've been there a few times, yeah.
Okay, I haven't.
Have you been to Magic City?
No, I don't. I'm not a strip club guy. But
well, then what are we doing here?
I still know the cities that are good. You know what? You know the sneaky #1 strip club city? Portland.
MLB All-Star Game 2021 in Atlanta. I'll be there. You'll be guaranteeing that you'll be getting a Magic City chicken wing review. That is a JR guarantee right there.
There's a strip club out here in the city, and it's like really well known for its like lunch buffet. Like it's got like the best sushi in the city.
I mean, like that's something I can't do. That's something I can't do. I can't really do, but I will do it for the chicken wings. You know what kind
of particles are floating around in the air inside a place like that? Get out.
Yeah, worse than COVID.
COVID is the least of your worries.
Yeah, literally. All right, that was a great show. I have to do another somber note. Rest in peace to the Bronx legend, Regis Philbin. Shout out, absolute legend. Used to wake up, eat Cheerios with my grandma, watching Regis sometimes. So shout out to that absolute Bronx legend.
Wants to be a millionaire, revolutionary game show. Excellent. The way Regis hosted from the beginning, just the way that show blew up, that was Regis, man.
That's true.
Was him. That blew that show because he was the perfect host.
He was excellent. He's excellent. I only could aspire to be Regis Philbin one day.
He was a good shit.
He was.
Wrong side, right.
And I'm ranking this Daily Chill close to second, other than when we had Callie on a yacht, because nobody's touching that yet. But this was a really good Daily Chill. I enjoyed it. Final thoughts.
Ready?
Listen, like I said before, we're all praying right now that we're going to be able to play baseball. Tough news this morning. I was going around like crazy texting James there. We're going to hope for the best, that they keep it going and stay safe. Hockey's looking good. Basketball, as long as nobody's going to the strip club, will be all right. So hopefully there will be sports. I just hope that baseball is a part of it, and we can continue moving on. Also, shout out to our boy Mike. NYCFC won last night in the round of 16. They're going to be taking on either Cincinnati or Portland in what is the MLS Elite 8. NYCFC looked rough this year, winning big games. They eliminate Toronto. There's our shout out.
Wow. Love it. Paulie, final thoughts.
Nothing. Verdi, I'm going to text you the board. We got to figure out some baseball picks. I got my dick picked in yesterday.
We'll do it, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Love it. Great show. Thoughts and prayers to everybody.
Laugh, Paul. I think people will appreciate that.
Paul.
Dude, it's one of the advantages of being an Oriole fan. Like, life is absurd. Who cares if the season happens or not? Like, whatever.
Like the episode.
You're a sideline spectator anyway.
in Seinfeld, Elaine's wearing the Oriole hat. She won't take it off at Yankee Stadium. That's going to be Paul. When
Absolutely.
Yeah, except nobody gives a shit if you wear it.
All right, we'll get Sandy on that, Jeff. TheSportsShow.com. Fire, fire.